Good day, everybody. This is Chuck with CyberSmart. Today, I'd like to talk about top local rankings, business web strategy for your business website to rank well in a local area. Now, some of the misconceptions out there. A lot of people still think that you can just throw up any old website or just simply pay a web designer to build a really, really nice website and just put it online and then you're all good to go. Well, that's really not the case. You could have the greatest looking website in the world, but that's not going to bring traffic to your website, and then it's not going to bring business for your product or your services. So there's basically two broad methods of achieving this, of getting traffic to free traffic to your website. The first one is various types of spamming techniques, having multiple Facebook accounts, 20 or 30 video accounts, and just basic strategies of how to deceive Google, how to get around, over Google, and stuff like that. That's one strategy, and those work on temporary bases. If you're doing micro niche blogging, it's pretty much based around different spamming techniques and how not to get detected for things. The other method is the method that I like to employ, and that is building legitimate relationships and communities outside of your website that over time start to develop traffic and respect for your website, and it helps to link. So some of those things that I recommend. Now, again, you got to remember the first thing that you need to do is size up your competition, because that's going to determine how many of these methods and how many of these services and strategies you're going to have to employ. In some cases, I had one, just one, but really didn't need to do anything for his business other than make a nice website and do all the on-page SEO. It wasn't very competitive, and within a week or so, he was showing up top 10 in sometimes number 1 and 2 positions for his keyword phrases. But that's not usually the case. Even on a local level, you're going to have to do some marketing. So some of the options. The first one over on the left is there's free advertisements, starting with Google Local Business Center. This is a must. Now, it takes some time to get it set up. It'll take several weeks to get your card to verify your address, and then several weeks before you start showing up in the listings there. But having that hooked up to your website is fantastic. Then there's Craigslist, Oodle, Merchant Circle, all kinds of free online classifieds where you can advertise your website and products and services. Satellite sites. If the competition is a little stiff, Blogger and WordPress host where you can get a free website, and they host it. It doesn't cost you anything. And the type of content that I like to put on these satellite sites, if I need to have them, is news and information that pertains to my product or service. All of my unique content, for the most part, goes on the main website. Only occasionally will I put unique content of any magnitude on those sites, on the satellite sites. But those can be very powerful and develop their own little readership, especially if it's good videos and articles that you're posting there that's relevant. Another thing to do is make comments on forums and other blogs. Go to Yahoo Answers and answer questions pertaining, again, to your niche, to your products and your services. That's a great thing to do. YouTube video. I recommend this is another thing along with the free advertisements like Google Local Business Center and such, is at least making 1 or 2 videos and getting a YouTube channel. This is very powerful. Video is ever growing way to market your product and services, and I've had really good results with them. Next, there's article submission sites like Dig and Read It and eZine. They're all a little bit different. Again, all of these 2.0 things that I'm about to go through here take time, and you don't want to just sign up for accounts for 26 different article submission and social bookmarking sites and just kind of spam, because it really doesn't work like that. They're not going to pay you attention anyway, and you're kind of wasting your time. What you need to do is pick some of these, a few, whatever you think it's going to take or whatever you have time for, and develop relationships and communities there. That's much better strategy than signing up with 1,000 accounts and just spamming all the time. Hub Pages and Squidoo. Those are little micro pages that you can set up. The thing with Hub Pages is you have to have absolute unique content, so this kind of takes away from your home site, but you can have some success there as well. The big three: Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. I like to call them the big three because everybody knows about Twitter, Facebook, and MySpace. They can be useful. Twitter's kind of turning into its own search engine, so it's becoming very powerful, but you have to learn how to use it. And there's other social bookmarking like Delicious and Clipmarks. And there's also site directories where you can submit your RSS feed or your website URL. There's local ones and there's national ones. Some say they're not as powerful as they used to be. There's some that you can pay to be listed that are good. CyberSmart is all about free, so you want to stick to the free ones. And then podcasting, which I love a lot. It's a great way to communicate with people. A lot of free resources. There's Podomatic. I use them all the time. PodPress, which is a plugin for your WordPress blog or website. Those get submitted into iTunes. So those are all various ways and directions, and then, of course, other sites will begin linking to your site once you become an authority and established. Basic 4 things to remember is that size up your competition, see how much Cyberforce you're going to have to apply to get your website noticed and on the top page of search results. Build a solid web presence off your site through these various means. Pick the ones that work and experiment with them and develop a presence. Stick to on-page SEO best practices. Just the basic SEO practices, title tags, headings, meta tags, keywords, all that kind of stuff. The basics that we tend to get away from, but we shouldn't. And then, of course, evaluate and adjust as necessary. And those are some basic overall ideas of when you're planning your website marketing strategy. Be sure to pick up my RSS feed for any more videos and podcasts and articles here at CyberSmart. Thanks and come.